Namaste everyone. So today we will learn the center of our solar system. We will learn about our soul, about the energy which represents our soul. As we are learning Maharishi Kapi Jyotish, which is taught in the tradition by the sages from Maharishi Brahma to today. Jyotish is a Vedic astrology, means it is the knowledge based on Vedas. It is coming from Vedas. So today we will try to understand all the significance, the meaning of sun, what it represents in our life, what it represents in the birth chart, but from the point of view of Vedas. Okay. So let's start. The most important thing sun represent is health or vitality or our body clock. Now, you see that birds, naturally, birds, animals, they are the healthiest creatures. Whereas you will never see some animal carrying a asthma pump or a box of pills, red pills, yellow pills, so many medicines humans eat. They take so many medicines. It is very rare to find humans who does not have any disease. But it is very easy to find animals or birds who does not have disease. Why? Because animals and birds, they follow the cycle of sun. And sun, which is the source of our solar system, because Earth and all planets are roaming, moving around sun, and they are bound by its gravitational force, as well as there are some minute energies which are combined in the sun rays. The sun rays we receive, scientifically it is proven that it gives you magnesium, vitamin D, and so many other supplements, but also it heals your aura. It heals your immunity as well as the energy of sun. Rishi says that if you early morning, just after the sunrise, if you go out and do Surya Namaskar in the rays of sun, not in the house, okay, but at the place where your body is receiving the sun rays, the sunlight, at that place early morning, if you do Surya Namaskara, then the melatonin balances out in your body. So we know that melatonin hormone is responsible for sleep, and sleep is very important to revive, to recover ourselves, and that get balanced by receiving the energy from sun. So in the Horari chart specifically, you will see in the Prashna Kundali in the Horari chart that if there is a health issue, you specifically focus on sun. Okay. In the last 10 years of my experience, I have always just focused on the ascendant and sun, the placement of sun in the Horari chart. And it always gives me the right guidance about the health issues and how and when the person will get healed or recover from the disease. Okay. Now, sun being the higher energy in the solar system, it is also the Naisargik Atmakarak or the natural significator of the soul in the birth chart. It represents spirituality. It represents universal soul. It represents the higher spiritual knowledge, which is Vedas. The four Vedas are there. So Riga Veda, Yajurveda, Samveda, and Atharva Veda. Sun also represents the places of worship. So whichever religion it is, wherever you see, by following the law of nature, you are worshipping God, then that place will be ruled and represented by sun. Here comes some contradictions like the mosque, the Islamic, the Muslim mosque, they are not represented by sun. Why? Sun is the karaka of soul life. Sun represents life. Sun represents your soul. And sun represents justice also. Okay, sun is the king. He always do what is right to do. That is why he is called the son of Aditi. Aditi is the god who give birth to everyone and destroy them when there is the right time. So he is the Aditya. He is the son of Aditi. Now, king will give you love, give you food, take care of you, protect you. But if you try to destroy others, the king will punish you. He will put you in prison, or he may even kill you, right? So, in the mosque, these people, the Islamic culture, they uh, torture and kill animals so brutally. They are so cold-heartedly. They do all that uh, cruelty. So sun doesn't denote such places. Okay, so always understand that sun represents the places where you are following the law of natures, where you are following the law of God, and where you are doing justice, where you are worshipping Him in the rightful manner. Okay, not in the manner of cruelty or injustice. Okay, sun represents all the books of higher spiritual teachings. Okay, now Vedas are called the higher spiritual knowledge books. The reason, because there is no other spiritual or religious book which contains the knowledge of everything. In the Vedas, you find the information about health, about farming, about astronomy, about aerospace, about mechanics, everything, whatever you can see or think about in this universe, the knowledge is contained in the Vedas. That is why they are called the books of higher spiritual knowledge. Now, here the spiritual means nature or the divine being. Okay, it is not only the soul knowledge, like the philosophical knowledge, but also the material knowledge, the rightful material knowledge. Okay, now what things you need for worship? Okay, so whatever is needed to worship the supreme being, worship the God, all of them are represented by sun. Your heart, your heart is represented by sun. Why? Because you need a pure heart. Why? Because soul lives in the heart. Some student asked the guru that where my soul is, and guru politely answered, it is in your heart. That is the place where your soul lives in your body. You must always be confused. Where is my soul? Your soul is in the heart. So you need your soul to worship to God. You cannot just say God's praises for the sake of saying that it is important. I have to say the chants. No, it is not. It must come from the soul. It must come from deep down from your heart. That is why sun rules the heart in the human body. So whatever you need for worship, all those rightful things, all those things are represented by sun. Jyotish. Jyotish is the Vedic astrology. Now, here we are not using word Vedic astrology. Why? Why we are specifically saying Jyotish? The another name of sun is Jyotish. Okay. Now, why we are saying that? Because astrology is all about your material predictions. When will I get married? Astrologer will tell you the date. But you get married on that date. Wow, what a great astrologer. Whatever he said was right. But just after 1 month, you get divorced. Isn't that the responsibility of the astrologer to guide you that yes, you will get married, but you do not have a good psychological compatibility with the other person. So you must not get married. But they do not say that because they just want to make money that, okay, the person asked me the prediction, I am giving the prediction now, no matter what happens to them, I'm not responsible. A Jyotish never have that attitude. A Jyotish is responsible for the result of prediction also. That is why when you practice astrology, when you make some prediction to someone, always remember that a big part, a 60% influence of their bad karma will affect you also. 60% bad karmas of them. Because you are the guru, you are the responsible one. They are the morons. That is why they are coming to you. So when they make some mistake, you are also getting affected by that. So you must do your best to educate them. If you educate, now that is your duty. You have to do that. But still, even after that, they continue doing that sin. That is their responsibility now. But if you keep quiet and you do not say, because you may lose a customer, you may lose money, then you are responsible. Then the bad karma is on you. Okay. So being the wise one comes with responsibilities. We have to understand that. And God's system, the karmic system, doesn't forgive you. You cannot make some excuse that I was poor, I needed money, and if I say the truth to the client, then the client would run away and won't give me money. No, all these statements won't work in the court of God. You are the guru, you have to say the truth, okay? So Jyotish, the truthful, the science of material and spiritual guidance is represented by sun. Sun represents Agni Devata. Now, on Agni Devta, we will just discuss. In the Samveda, God has said, Pavasva Suryo Drashe. Now, this part of the mantra gives you a great insight about sun. Okay, so what is saying? You get the finest knowledge of the Vedas and actively, Pavasva means actively you share it with others. Okay, so you first you get the finest knowledge means you become Marich. Marich is another name of sun. In the Vedas, Marich is another name of sun. Now, what does the Marich means? Marich means the one who has rays of wisdom. There is a name comes in Ramayana. There is the name of a demon, a commander of the army in Ravana's army. His name was Marich. So many people started thinking Marich is a devil name, it is a bad name. No, it is not a bad name. When he was born, his parents gave him the name with the good feelings that our son will become the wisest one and will share the truth and knowledge and kindness in the society. Son didn't do that. He decided to follow the bad path. Parents are not responsible for that, right? So the name Marich means the one who has the rays of wisdom, just like sun. huh? That's why sun has another name, Marich, because he is full of knowledge. He is the ancient one in our solar system. Before humans born on earth, sun was still there, right? He is witnessing everything. So basically, here Rishi is saying that you get the finest knowledge of Vedas. The people who have good placement of sun in their birth chart, they have good chances to become master of the knowledge of Vedas. And they spend their life actively sharing that Vedic knowledge with others. Why I said it is possible, they have great chances. Because, see, the physical aspect of the sun, we will just study what are the physical aspects of sun. Those physical aspects you will see guaranteed in the person. A person having sun in the ascendant will definitely have a royal attitude, will be more confident. No doubt in that. A person have sun in the 10th house, will have good connections with government, will have the great ability to manage things and situation and places. The administrative qualities the person will have. But those are the materialistic qualities. The spiritual qualities of the spiritual significance of the planet, like sun represents the finest knowledge which is of the Vedas. That knowledge may come to the person if the person uses the free will to go to the right guru, and then the guru activates the samskara in the person which are connected to the subconscious mind of that person. So it is completely dependable. I have seen many people who have a great placement of sun. The sun is very strong, so perfect sun. Even they have sun as their Atmakarak. Okay. So it is not only the Nasargik Karak, the natural significator of the soul, but also It is signifying soul in their chart, specifically for them. The person must have the knowledge of Vedas, but no, they are far away from Vedas. They are spreading the knowledge of Islam. They have the knowledge of their religion, which they choose to follow. So it is all about choosing. God has given you free will. So the 70%, the past life samskara saying that if you go to the right path, if you go to the right guru, if you are trying to find the right Vedic guru, you will get the opportunities to meet such a guru. But will you choose to follow them or not is your free will. Mostly the right gurus, the spiritual gurus, the Vedic gurus, they are very strict and they do not entertain everyone. And they have their own thought process because they are the rishis. Rishi has a vision, a perspective. So it is very difficult for everyone to follow it. Okay. So this being Marich will be dependable for that person. So never make that mistake that if the sun is strong in the chart, you immediately say that, oh, you must be really good with Vedas. You must have a great knowledge of Vedas. No, no, no. Never make that mistake. Okay. Sun represents politics. As I said, it is the king in the solar system. It represents politics. It shows all the kings or people who have the authority of a king. Okay, so like president in the countries, but in India, I would say it is more the president is there, but also a prime minister have a lot of powers just like the king. Okay, the kingdom, it represents all the kingdom. It represents the government. Father. Why father? See, son is the leader. King is the leader. Son represent the leadership qualities. And father is the leader in the house. But in those families where the father is not the leader, father is doing the household job and mother is working, she is earning and she is leading the family in the right direction, then son will represent mother in the chart of that person. Understand that. That is always conditional there. Sun is representing the person with leadership qualities. Sun is not saying whether the person will be male or female. Okay. Any person with the leadership, who is leading you? Who is coming out and telling you that wake up, it is the morning? That is sun. Is it saying, am I wearing sari or pant shirt? What the person is wearing? No. So it can be your mother also in the house. And that you will see specifically in the Horari chart when for example, you see the troubles coming to sun in the Prashna Kundli, in the Horari chart. Now you have to ask the person who is the leader in your house. You have to be very logical as a Jyotish. You have to say that the leader of your house may have the trouble. It can be mother, it can be father, it can be the eldest brother of that person. The person is leading the family, right? So leader, the leadership qualities, all those leaders, your head is the leader of your body. The brain is where? Brain is in the head. So the head is leading the whole body, what to do, what not to do. So head is also represented by sun. Leaders, all types of leaders, they are all the top bosses, all those people who just sit on the chair, just like the president of India. He sit on the chair and he kind of gives the instructions and other people are taking care of the task. I very rarely hear if the president went to visit someone or did something. He's just silent, just neutral, just giving the instruction, just like the chairman of some company who is giving the instruction to the CEO, and the CEO is taking care of all the jobs. Okay. So basically, the top leaders in the management in the companies are represented by Sun. All royal favors, royalty, okay, all the power, authority, management, okay. Now, when I say royal favors, you see in the charts, it helps you a lot. When you see sun is with in the first house or 10th house or fifth house with power, especially in the first or 10th house, then you just know that this person will get great favors from the government. So even if they are working in a private company, you can ask them to do something where they are taking support from the higher authorities. Okay, because they have great chances to do that. So, and the management, what is management? Management is about utilization and distribution of your resources. All resources you have now, what the higher bosses are doing, what the higher authority is doing, they are telling others what to do. Okay. They are finding the resources, they are distributing tasks to them, and they are utilizing them to their best. That is what they are doing. They are not working on the road. Okay. They are just guiding others. So those kind of people, that is what management is called. Okay. So these people with a strong sun, the great influence of sun, they have these great management qualities. Public service is also, sun is the basically the protector, the Prajapati. He is who protects the public and serves the public. So basically, the public service is also represented by sun. In the charts, be careful that right now I'm not telling you how to see if sun is good or bad, what to see. So just understand the significance of sun. Later on, we will learn when we learn how to read the birth chart. Okay. Then there are various techniques. The ifs and buts, I will share everything with you. Now, as I said before, sun represents the solar energy that we all know, but sun also represents birds in general. Okay, all the birds in general are represented by sun. Why? The simple answer for that is, when there is sunrise, you see that birds, they wake up, and by sunset they go to sleep. That is the basic cycle of birds, and they never eat anything after sunset. You can notice that birds will only eat after sunrise and before sunset. Between the day, they only eat. After sunset, they never eat. They are the true devotees of sun. They are the true followers of sun. So they are represented by sun in the mundane chart. In the mundane chart, you see, and airlines also, because airlines are also the birds in the sky. So the airlines in general are represented by sun. As I said, Agni Devata is the ruling deity of sun, and it has a great connection with sun, as sun is a fireball. So fierce energy, the intense heat, that is represented by sun, and all the things related to high heat, like furnace, kilns, refractory, or metallurgy labs. Okay, where making the ball bearings by heating metal, copper industry. Okay, now copper is specifically ruled by sun. Now, why all these places are ruled by sun? Because here is the heat. You are using the heat, and heat on the high level. Okay, it is a very intense heat in those factories where they are using for the metallurgy or other processes. So wherever you see intense heat, unbearable heat, that place is represented by sun. That place where the heat is. Okay, the metals and other thing can be represented by other planets, but the place where you see intense heat, that place is represented by sun. We have to use logic here. Just remember one thing: sun is a star which is so hot that you can't go near it. Now, when you go to some place and you have the same experience, you feel like, oh, it is so hot, I can't stay here. Yes, this is the place ruled by sun. You just know it. Okay. So use the trick here. The trick is, sun is very hot, unbearable heat is there. So whenever you go to some place where they say that place is unbearably heat, okay, it is very hot. It means that is the home of sun. Okay. And the same thing about temples. In the spiritual places, in the places of worship of God, in the Vedic gurukuls, what is there? The heat of Vedas, the knowledge, the heat of knowledge is too intense that you go there, you study there, and all your negative emotions, all your negative feelings, all your negative qualities, they start getting destroyed one by one. Okay. So that is why those places are also ruled by sun. Sun rules all the chandas. Now, chand means the music. Simply, you can understand. In later on video, we will talk deeply about the chanda in the Veda mantras. Now, music. Wherever you see the music, those places are ruled by sun. Also, all the warheads, okay, the sharp objects like either a small gun, okay, or swords or knives, they all are represented by sun. Okay. Now, courage. Sun represents courage. It represents industry of light. Sun is the source of light. Because there is sun, that's why we are able to see. So all the optics, okay, in all forms, wherever you see the optics industry, either it's lenses, either it's glasses, whatever there is, which is helping you to see, okay, the lens of your that microscope, that lens also will be represented by sun because it is helping you to see. Without the lens, microscope is waste, right? So wherever their optics is coming in play, sun is ruling that. All the precious treasures, sun is the king. And king, who is a king? How you say, wow, that person is like a king? They have royalty. They have the white gold, they have the golden gold, they have all sorts of golds, they have so much jewelry, they have so many assets, so much land, so many houses, properties. They are so powerful. You say, wow, this person is the king. Automatically, see, it is the knowledge is in your DNA. You just look at someone, you say, wow, that person is like a king. When you say it, when you see all those precious treasures, jewels, gems with the person. So now again, remember, Jupiter is the accountant. Jupiter keep track of the value of everything and how much wealth the sun has. Sun doesn't do that on his own. Sun doesn't even know how much wealth he has. He just have a lot of wealth. Okay. So sun rules all those things, but Jupiter is the one who preserve all those jewels. Okay. Understand that. Now the straw, the grass is also represented by sun, that is specifically in the healing or the remedial part. This is quite helpful. Or in the Horary chart, when you are seeing that, okay, something was stolen, sun is representing, and there are other factors are also supporting, then you can say, okay, that thing is somewhere with the grass. It can be the lawn you were walking in or garden or something. So that helps in the Horary or mundane astrology specifically. Now, when we talk about the body parts, sun represents your bones. Okay. Sun represents the part of time, which is ayana. Ayan means the motion basically. The Uttarayan, the northern, the direction of the movement of sun in the north direction. And Dakshinayan means the direction, the movement of sun in the south direction. So what happens? On 14th January, sun goes to Capricorn, okay, and then from there he travels to Cancer sign, okay, and on 21st or 22nd June he reaches to Cancer. He enters in the Cancer sign. Now, this period from 14th January of every year, the moment of sun is fixed, okay, the moment is fixed. On 14th January of every year, sun will enter in the Capricorn sign. From there, that is the north moment of sun called the Uttarayan. And on 21st, 22, 20, sometimes 21, sometimes 22 June, it enters in the Cancer sign. Till then, when there is heat, when there is warmth, okay, that all time period is called the north direction moment of sun or the Uttarayan. Okay. From 21st or 22nd June, sun enters in the Cancer. From then, to the 14th January, when sun goes to Capricorn, that period is called the Dakshinayan, the moment of sun in the south direction. Okay, so that is called Dakshinayan. It is a specifically important part. It is very, very important aspect about sun. Why? Because this helps you in the Hurari chart to tell when the event will happen. People comes to you, when will my daughter get married? Okay, I have applied for a loan. When will I get it? I have started a business. When my business will give me good results? Okay, the moment of sun, Uttarayan or Dakshinayan, it helps a lot there. We will learn the techniques. Okay, the for the remedial parts, we talk about the stones. So the ruby stone is represented by sun because it has that heat in it. It is really good to filter the to sanskarit. Sanskarit means to filter something. So it helps you to sanskarit, to filter the sun rays, to improve the quality of your heart, health of your heart in the body. So ruby is really helpful for that. Okay, as well as to improve some other health issues. But we must be really cautious while dealing with the stones, because a minute mistake by the astrologer can cause you big harm. Many times people see my sun is strong, they wear the stone, they don't see where the in which nakshatra sun is placed, they don't see the pada in which pada sun is placed, what is the placement of the nakshatra lord, what is the placement of the pada lord, which hora the person was born, and what is the condition of hora lord and var lord, the lord of day. There are so many aspects you have to see before you recommend gemstone to someone, because you give a stone to someone, maybe the person wanted to know when the career will rise. The career started rising, but sun was destroying the marital life. The person gets divorced, the wife takes the kids and goes away from him. Now the person is crying in depressed state. Every night he's drinking and destroying his whole life because he can't live without the wife and children. Now you helped him to get good career, but his whole life you destroyed. That is a big pap karma a Jyotish receives by doing such evil guidance. Okay, so we must always be cautious about that. Now, the metal, the same way as the stone is ruby, the metal is copper for the sun, and the direction is east. Even in the Upanishad, like in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Rishi has said that the Usha, the morning time, when before sunrise, you see a good red color, a reddish color in the sky in the east direction. So Rishi says, the east looks to me like the head of the god. Okay, the direction has so much special energy in it when you practically, scientifically, with the knowledge of Ayurveda, with the knowledge of Yajurveda, when you mix that knowledge, when you apply that knowledge in your life, you see a great rise happening in it. Okay, so the east direction, the most auspicious direction, is also represented by sun. Om iti Brahma. Om is the ultimate name of Brahma, who is the creator, who is the nourisher of all living and non living beings in the world, in this universe.